OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yeah, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it start? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today because the Magic Eden airdrop is tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of very rich people and that traded runes, that traded ordinals, that traded on Magic Eden. You guys are in for a huge airdrop. We're seeing the price be anywhere between $4 and $10 for this ME token. And I know a lot of you guys got thousands. I did put a poll in the chat. Let me know how many tokens you guys are getting. Is it 0 to 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, 5,000 to 10,000, or 10,000 above, guys? I want to know how many tokens you guys are getting because I want our community to be very successful, right? I want you guys to be absolutely rich. It's the whole point of this show, educating you guys, and we really want you guys to be, really above everyone else. Screw all the other ecosystems. I want Ordinals community. I want the Runes community. I want the Ordinal Revolution community to be number one. And I really, truly believe that we all will be. This time next year, we're all going to be very successful. And I think it's going to be because of this ecosystem, because of things like Merlin, because of things like Runes and Ordinals and so much more, guys. And Arch is coming in January. That's why we started Arch Thursdays. We feel like we're going to set you guys up for success. Nothing on the channel is financial advice. Everything is your decision, but we want to make sure that we're educating you guys in the best of our abilities. And I think we are. Because, a lot of you guys are probably sitting on couple $1,000, if not way more, in the ME token tomorrow, guys. But without further ado, let's get the show started. Let me bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, dude? Excited for tomorrow? Freaking excited,
I am,
bro.
I am excited. I sent my Solana over to my wallet. I'm ready to claim what is mine, and really sit back and see what happens with this price action with the ME token, because I think it's gonna, no one is gonna be right on the dot in terms of how it's gonna go. There possibly could be some sell down, bringing it down, and then shoots back up, or maybe it skips the sell down. Maybe it just shoots right back, shoots up, and maybe it never shoots up. Who knows? But I think the excitement of the unknown is there for everybody.
Yeah, man. We're going to dig deep into that. We're going to dig deep into the Magic Eden token, kind of show you guys what the pre-market value is and kind of give you our price prediction. That'll be a little later in the show after roll call. But first, like we always do, we like to hit on the Bitcoin news first. And massive news, Amazon shareholders call on its board to consider investing in Bitcoin. I've been saying it's a monkey see, monkey do, right? They're looking at Amazon, they're looking at Microsoft, and they're saying we don't want to be left behind, right? I think we need to consider this as well. And this is from Bitcoin Magazine. They put out this this article here. Let me bring it up. And this is from the Treasury. Why ain't it going? There it goes. Here. And it's basically Bitcoin Treasury asset supporting statement. They came out with this big article to the board of directors saying, hey, this is from the shareholders to them. You know, there's MicroStrategy is stated in here as well. And shareholders request that the board conduct the assessment to determine if adding Bitcoin to the company treasury is the best long-term interest for the shareholder. So I don't know, man. Massive, right?
Yeah, it is massive. You know, they're seeing Microsoft do it as a company, so I think the Amazon shareholders just want to make sure they're not left behind, like you stated. But these are two of the largest companies in the world, right? Not just the United States, but of the world, and innovators and you know, what they do, right? One's a complete software company, software as a service type of situation. The other one is an e-commerce platform, the largest in the world. So, you know, for those two, you know, top in their industry to be voting on this means that Bitcoin has, in my opinion, officially made it to the mainstream. And so tomorrow's going to be very interesting because we got the Magic Eden in our ecosystem, but we have this vote for Microsoft. So I'm a little bit, I don't know, I feel good about it. I just don't know how they don't say yes, but it could come down as no. And I think if that happens, then Bitcoin probably takes a dump. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel the same. I think you know, tomorrow is kind of really looked at as a day where Bitcoin could run to 110,000. If the shareholder vote comes out, let's just say 15 minutes after the vote is out there, every other company is going to be like, we got to front run them. We got to get now. We got to get at 100K and not at 150 because you know these guys putting $1 billion in it. I mean, you've seen when Tesla put $2 billion into Bitcoin in, I want to say it had to be April of 2021. The Bitcoin went from 30,000 to 45,000 within hours. It was insane. It did come back down, but it was just like it ran $15,000, which back then was 30%. And you could potentially see that here. I mean,
Yeah.
this comes out tomorrow. Bitcoin could run to 130.
Yeah.
Actually, so
Yep, I agree. Except for one thing too, you got to remember is that you know there's most likely not going to be any pressure from majority shareholder trying to tell Microsoft or Amazon, hey, don't do this, or we're gonna sell our stock, because at the time Bitcoin was looked at as a pretty high risk asset because it wasn't a part of being approved by the SEC. Right now we have an ETF that is in the New York Stock Exchange, right? So I think that's the biggest difference. So we don't have to worry about that, because it did end up coming back and biting people in the butt that ended up buying Bitcoin because of that. Because BlackRock, out of all people, came back and told Tesla, hey, you can't do that. And so we won't have that this time. So that's even more bullish for me, in my opinion, if these companies do vote yes.
Yep. Michael Saylor was somebody who spoke at one of their meetings, and he kind of gave them a presentation. But Microsoft has been acquiring Bitcoin these 5 weeks in a row now. He knows something that we don't, and I think he's pretty confident in Microsoft buying this, and he's probably talking to a lot of other companies behind the scenes. Because let me show you something. This is from SaylorTracker.com. This basically tracks all of Michael Saylor's buys. But look, so this is every single one of Michael Saylor's buys, right? Every single one of them. And you can see he doesn't really cluster his buys. They're pretty spread out, right? Until here. This is clustered. This is like 5 clustered dots right here. You can't see it because the way that chart is, but look at this. Look at all that green right there. This is nuts. He knows something, dude. He knows something that we don't, because he's never bought like this before.
Oh, I see what you're saying. At first, I was like, "Well, that looks pretty clustered right before it shot up there." But I see what you're saying, because you can't see the extended part of that chart. But what is that 3 buys, or is there more than
5.
that? There,
it's 5 buys.
Oh wow,
5
buys. Yeah, that's definitely different than anything he's done before. You can see he did like 2 back in March of 2024.
Right
and that
before,
looks, the ETF.
the upward.
Yeah. So yeah, that this could be an indicator, right? Forecasting, what he thinks is the answer is going to be. But we'll see. Crypto and Bitcoin never seems to surprise me, so I'm just gonna be ready for anything tomorrow. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, what happens here with Microsoft, I'm still gonna be optimistic about our ecosystem because that token is gonna be claimable tomorrow, the Magic Eden token. But yeah, so
Yep. I agree. Let's kind of get into some El Salvador news. El Salvador to make Bitcoin acceptance voluntary to secure a 1.3 billion IMF deal and unlock additional international lending. So the IMF is a bunch of corrupt bureaucrats, and they're pretty much scum. And what they do is they lend countries money when they know the country can't pay them back, and they basically take control of these countries through debt. And when you owe someone that much money, they can pretty much tell you what to do. And that seems like what they try to do here. But El Salvador has been for a while pushing them away, but they're taking money here. So this is telling me one thing: they might use this money to buy more Bitcoin.
that's what people are saying. They
Yeah.
possibly will do that, right? I wouldn't be shocked if they do, unless that's in the agreement. But I think that would probably have to be public knowledge if it is, right? I would hope so, at least. At first, I really hated this, right? Because
Yeah.
the IMF's coming in, but I think this does show a little bit of a change of guard in terms of power structure, because countries used to go to the IMF begging them for loans or whatever, and the IMF would basically stand on their terms. This is what you're going to take if you take this, right? This is what we're going to give you, and it's pretty. If you don't want it, no worries, just go away. But I think what's happening here is they're like, hey, well, let's sweeten up this deal. Let's make these terms more favorable for you. And I think probably El Salvador said that, hey, like, we can't turn this down. Hey, hopefully they buy Bitcoin with it. But it does change some things in terms of what I've read. Now, it's not official, so I definitely advise you guys do your own research. But I think the agreement is kind of, hey, allow your population to use fiat or Bitcoin, because I don't think they'll ever take out the Bitcoin, but maybe not just restricting it only to Bitcoin. And you know what, Bukele is probably like, look, I was gonna do that anyway, so
Yeah. No, I was seriously just about to say that. Like, Kelly was like, so it's sometimes it's hard to pay in Bitcoin, right? Service and stuff like that's there. So you want to have that option. So to him, he's probably just like, he's probably telling them, hey, if you don't give me the loan, we're gonna go full Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right. But he's already like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But he's gonna take the loan in and give that precaution there. But yeah, I think this is really smart. I think it's actually a really good idea anyway to have Bitcoin's really volatile. You know what I mean? So it's hard to to have that. You want to have your daily stuff in cash, but maybe your monthly in Bitcoin, right? So in that sense, you don't want to like, oh, cool, I have $9 for milk. Oh, now I have 8. So, or whatever it is, right? So I think this is smart to go have both a dollar and Bitcoin. In the same way, I would rather just hold Bitcoin, but I'm not in a position to where every dollar counts.
Yeah, I just hate the 3 letters right there, IMF. But
I know.
Bukele's a smart guy. He's obviously brought El Salvador up from the ashes, and so he's making the right moves. I trust him to do so.
Yep. El Salvador started buying 1 Bitcoin every day at the bottom of the bear market and is still buying more every day. So every single day, El Salvador uses its treasury to buy
Reserves,
1 Bitcoin.
yeah.
I didn't know that. But they've been doing it now for pretty much almost 1,000 days. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, which makes me think they're probably going to utilize a lot of that loan for Bitcoin, but we'll see.
Yeah. Bitcoin's getting expensive now. I gotta that 1 Bitcoin a day is it's a lot these days. So US Treasury Department releases report calling Bitcoin digital gold. I love this. This is the Treasury. I
And the
want
Fed.
the US to dump the gold, buy the Bitcoin, because you know what that would do? That would hurt the BRICS. That would because the BRICS they're backing most of their currency, their new currency, by gold. So if the US dumps gold and then just whatever they dump, they buy Bitcoin with it and then use that as digital gold, they could ruin other currencies. But at the same time, the dollar would probably go to like 110, 120.
Yeah, I actually saw a write-up on this, right? So there's a couple characters that are involved with this title, actually.
Right.
First of all, Jerome Powell came out and said that Bitcoin is looked at as digital gold, so big win there. Secondly, Trump went out against BRICS saying, hey, if they even think about, creating a currency, then, we're going to sanction everybody or whatever, right? And then you had someone come up with, I forgot who this person was, but I read it on my timeline talking about that strategy you were talking about, the US Treasury selling their gold down and buying Bitcoin to kind of, the largest financial markets and consumer market in the world in the world, right, is the United States. So if they kind of set the standard now while they still have that title, I think that it would be way more effective than maybe 5-10 years down the road. Because 5-10 years down the road, it could shift at that point, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that's in my mind that could be happening coming up. And then lastly was Peter Schiff. He's definitely not happy about the strategic reserve for the United States, buying Bitcoin, and he's starting to FUD Trump a bit, right? And if you look even like 2-3 months ago, he was pretty pro-Trump, but now he's not happy because gold is kind of being put on the back burner during this bull market. What does he expect, right? Like, he's been wrong about Bitcoin for ever since he started talking about it. He's not going to stop being wrong all of a sudden, yes, he's made gains on gold, but he's wrong on Bitcoin. And I think he just really needs to come on board. If not, then he will be left behind.
When do you think that happens? When does Peter Schiff get on board?
I think it's going to be through his son, probably, man. I know his son was on Bitcoin and then he kind of went away from it and stuff, but like, I think his son does come back around towards it. And I don't think Peter is as unintelligent as he seems about Bitcoin. I think that he has Bitcoin, as a safety net. I mean, he makes a lot of money doing what he does, I'm sure, like with media and everything. So it would just, like, if he doesn't have any Bitcoin, then he's as unintelligent as he is sounding about it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Coinbase puts out statement. They say that newly revealed documents from the FDIC help prove a U.S. government plot against crypto industry is real. So Operation Chokepoint was something that, the insiders, the SEC and stuff, say that never happened. But we all know that Operation Chokepoint did happen and it was real. And that was the death of Silvergate. That was the death of Silicon Valley Bank and a couple other banks as well. And we do know that, the knife was Operation Chokepoint who did the damage. They cut off these banking systems from other banks, and that led to them to go insolvent, especially when, FTX kind of, destroyed itself. So what do you think about this? I love that. I love Brian Armstrong right now, dude. He's like, he's just like, I just want him to have some role in this political environment.
Yeah. I love this as well, and I think that this new administration is going to investigate stuff like this because the people want it, and it seems like that's what the mandate is, right? It's for give the people what they want kind of situation, right? You have the Gemini, the founder. I keep forgetting their name. The twins. Anyways,
the Winklevoss.
Winklevoss twins. They're very adamant of kind of letting the world know, hey, this happened. We got debanked. And people aren't realizing that this affected the everyday person too that was involved in crypto, not just entities. Like regular people like you and me and our audience would just all of a sudden get debanked because maybe they used $5,000-$10,000 worth of cash to crypto. And so it affected the everyday person. So I think that there should be an investigation on it, but also kind of at the same time moving forward, just to kind of the investigation would be more of like a warning shot to, these institutions like the SEC, the CFTC, all these institutions. Hey, don't do this again because you affected the everyday American, right? But to your point about Brian Armstrong, I really hope that he stays the way he is because he's about to come into this role as kind of these old like the tech CEOs of today, right? Like the Jack Dorsey's of yesterday, the Zuckerbergs, the everybody, right? That's really big in that industry, and they got really institutionalized by our government. And so that's one thing that we got to watch, and hopefully he has enough foundation to not allow himself to do that because money does change people, and obviously he's had a lot of money for a while, but now he's about to come into some serious dough. So
Yep. Yeah, man, I agree. France wants Bitcoin hodlers to pay taxes on unproductive wealth. But then the total cryptocurrency market surpassed the GDP of the UK and France. So I thought these two are perfect together. It just shows you what countries are going to be left behind. France probably looked at, top 5, top 10 country in the world. They're probably going to be pushed back to 15 or 20 because of this ignorance and this kind of, pro against crypto, or a non-pro crypto stance that they've always taken, and this will continue. I just feel bad for the people of France right now because you guys are going to be left behind, and it's not your fault; it's your government.
Yeah, and it really shows kind of how the Western civilization's governments have their mentality's been. Because like crypto, the mindset of crypto is kind of like for the people, right? People to have
Yeah.
like opportunities. Yes, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed with it. There's some toxicity from it, but there's the fundamental mindset of it is like, even playing ground, right? But
Yeah.
if you look at like the Western kind of government's thought process, it's always been or recently the past 10 years have been like institutionalized stuff, bureaucratic, unelected bureaucrats running everything from an institutional level. And so to me, this screams that the IMF is probably putting pressure on countries like France, Belgium, and those kind of countries to kind of push this. Still, that they might be still going through their Operation Chokepoint, but it seems to be loosening up in the U.S., which is big because that will eventually affect countries like France 5 years down the road.
Yeah, 100%. And like once we add this strategic reserve, they're going to be running. They're going to be running
Yeah.
to Bitcoin, and they're going to want to get it as taxes. They're going to want it as much as possible when they see the U.S. potentially dumping gold and buying more Bitcoin. That would be insane.
Yep.
When they hold, Bitcoin is they hold gold in their reserve. But let's move to the next thing here. Donald Trump embraced crypto, and crypto embraced Donald Trump, says Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. He was on 60 Minutes on Sunday.
I
And it
saw
made me
that.
sick to my stomach. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I saw a little bit of it. People like him are just disgusting. Like they really are. He gets paid $70 million a year, and Ripple really has no income. So it just shows you that they're selling XRP. And I just feel bad for XRP's holders of this cult. You know what I mean? They're just getting dumped on every single day by scumbags like Brad, who gave money to the other side and lost. He didn't never came out for Trump at all, but now he's trying to sit there and try to be on the good graces, and I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, the snippets that I saw of it was he was standing up for crypto and those snippets, but then there was the an old SEC employee that was basically just lying about all types of stuff, making crypto look as bad as possible. 60 Minutes as well. Remember, these media companies are intertwined with the institutions and the unelected bureaucratic institutions like the SEC and all these things in terms of like one mission, right? So I think we still need to shake that out. It's way better than it was, but it's still not where we need it to be. Also, I think it was an individual from the entity of XRP Ripple that put, it wasn't Brad himself, but someone donated to the Harris campaign, but it wasn't Brad or Ripple as an entity, but it was someone that represented them, in that high executive place. Because I don't know what to expect from them, but except for probably big corporate stuff like that. But I do think that Brad seemed to have had like his part in the fight, with the group of crypto. You remember they've been to court back and back,
Yeah.
every year, and they spent $150 million. Now, the one thing I'll say about that was whose dollars were those? It's almost kind of like
XRP
taxpayer.
buyers.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
almost it's like using taxpayer money, right? Except for now you're using like holders' money. But at the end of the day, that's why I hope the XRP holders do well, because they put their money into it, really into the fight. So we'll see what happens. But I do understand where you're coming from as well. The Ripple company in a sense has kind of like this tainted I don't know, aura around it.
XRP is just a cult meme coin. XRP is 100% meme coin. The things that they want to do with it, they want to use that for fast transactions. You can use USDC, USDT for that. You don't need XRP. You don't need the XRPL. You can use Solana. You can use pretty much anywhere else. You can use Arbitrum or Base Chain. You don't. XRP is it's old technology at this point. It's trash. It's just a meme coin, and that's all it is, and that's fine. But let's call it what it is, right? So.
Yeah, I think I got to do a little bit more research on it, because like I've used the XRPL. It is instant. It's like really fast.
So is
Like,
Base.
yeah, I mean, I've used Base. I've used Solana. I mean, like XRP is pretty instant. Like, but again, like we're talking about like semantics, right? Like when you're talking about like that type of speed, what does it matter, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. I'd still rather wait 10 minutes with Bitcoin, but that's me. Max Kaiser says, I'm raising my price target for Bitcoin from 220,000. He said this about like years and years and years ago, that his price target was 220,000 to 2.2 million for this cycle. Apparently, my 700K is not bullish enough because he almost tripled it.
Yeah,
We actually did triple it.
I don't really listen to what Max Kaiser says. I feel like he's a hypocrite big time. You know, he came out with Max Coin and all that stuff, and then he tries to, shit on the ordinal space and people that are trying to be innovative and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Max Kaiser is just kind of, to me, he's like one of those loony people that just like wants to. He makes a lot of noise whenever no one's talking about him for a while. But hey. A lot of people think that Bitcoin's going in that direction, and I'd be happy if it does. So I just won't associate it with him.
But like I was a little afraid because my prediction was, almost triple his. So now I was, for a while there, I was like, Matt Kaiser, he should, up his target, and he finally did. So that makes me feel a little better that he tripled my target now.
Like, what is the time frame for this though?
This cycle.
Oh God.
So he's saying we're going to 22x next 12 months.
To me, he's like jumping up and he's like, "Hey, I'm here, guys. I'm still here." That's what he's doing with this.
I love Max though. I mean, it is what it is. Bitcoin Fear and Greed. So last Monday it was an 80. Yesterday it was a 79. And I'm going to give you a hint that it is right there.
Wait. So that right there, as 80? In like 7. Okay, 81.
No, the other way. Close enough though.
78. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you tried to throw me off. You were like 80. I was gonna say
80, 79. Actually. Right there. I mean, sorry about that, but yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, like it is. It's hopping around based on like how it ends that day at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's been hopping around between that crazy day when it actually wicked down to 91,000 was nuts. But since then it's just really ranged from like high 97s to 101. Hasn't gotten back to the 103 that it did that one time, which is interesting. This week, if it's going to do it, it's going to do it this week, I think, in December, to where it kicks things off. We'll see if that happens tomorrow. There's some news and stuff that comes out.
Yeah, man. I want to just hit on one thing real quick before we get into the Bitcoin price action. So our screen's different. Could you explain the Web3 partners and the integrated partners?
Yeah. So, I mean, we have split our partnerships into two different sectors. The integrated partners are more of, we've been with these partners for a very long time, and we've, collaborated with them for a while and come to an agreement to where we're almost kind of a part of their team. So that's what that means down there. And then the Web3 partners, we have great relationship with them. First of all of our partners, we do tons of research on. We know them personally, stuff like that. We believe in each and every project that we partner with. But that's the difference. It's kind of integrated, right? That's kind of the what it says down there in terms of the title. So that's the main difference. Nothing else really other than that, right? We're kind of a part of the teams now with that. So.
Yeah, 100%. Like the Web3 partners are the guys who we're partnered with each month. And each month, potentially, we take, some coins and stuff like that from them. And the integrated ones, we kind of they're kind of more of a
integrated partner.
Integrated partner.
Exactly.
So, Yagobi takes care of all this stuff, guys. I'm just the pretty face who yells, "Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution." So no, I'm just kidding. But let's kind of get into the Bitcoin price action here, brought to you by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading platforms in the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. They are here to stay, guys, and they are building something special right now. I think this week you'll be able to get back on their testnet and start paper trading again, and potentially win some BTP. Very, very bullish on them and everything they're building. And now they're on Botonics, the spider chain. And yes, I remembered the name of the chain now. No more getting it mixed up. So I'm very bullish on BitPerp. I'm very bullish on Botonics, and potentially Botonics isn't going to have a token, but I don't know. Maybe that changes. Maybe playing on that chain might eventually down the line get you something. Who knows? But definitely check out bitperp.io.
Yeah, they might be starting kind of like Arbitrum did. Arbitrum, utilized Ethereum for their gas, and they still do actually, and they eventually came out with their token. So we'll see. But before we jump into the Bitcoin price action, if you guys, if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like for us on the YouTube side and subscribing to the channel, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. And on the X side, also hitting that like and sharing the space for us, guys. It helps us a ton. Thank you guys so much for that. So let's get into some of this Bitcoin price action over here. And actually, someone messaged me, I think it was Cheaty, and he was asking me, like, what does it mean, you know, for the stochastic RSI and the MACD and stuff. So I might be doing a, you know, simple, like, foundational, like, indicators of trading view and what they mean for the members coming up. So look out for that. But let's jump into this Bitcoin price action. We're sitting at 98,245, guys. We went actually all the way down to about 97.2, I think it was, really low, 97.6. Okay, cool. Yeah, but you can see really when things started to change trend here, and it was early, like way late last night, you know, 12, it looks like around midnight. We started this slow downtrend, which got a little bit more aggressive, popped back up, and then got really aggressive over here. So you can see if you're looking at the MACD here on the hour chart, you know, we have been in sell pressure since that kind of when things changed around midnight last night. It looked like we were going to come out of it and maybe have a reversal here, and then we did, but it just didn't continue. And you know, things really switched very fast halfway up in the stochastic RSI. So, you know, we are kind of just hanging out here in the middle of the stochastic RSI. Really the next hour or so, I would say a couple hours probably, is going to tell us, you know, how the second half of today is going to go. But if we just look at the MACD, we are back into sell pressure. You can see right there, it broke back open. The blue and orange lights actually started going away from each other. This is a pretty solid candle in the MACD too. So, you know, maybe some sell down further, looking at maybe high 97,000, you know, hanging around there, maybe mid 97,000 again. Nothing too crazy, I wouldn't expect. Look, one thing I will say though is if you guys are being overly aggressive, maybe a little bit too greedy with your leverage, these market makers aren't just going to hand you guys money. So if you're taking a long and Bitcoin's been hyper aggressive, believe me, there's going to be a time and point where they literally throw a wick down from 97, 98,000, 100,000 to 91, like they did at the end of last week. And imagine how many people got liquidated in their longs for that. And it just happened with a split second. I mean, it lasted, I want to say, a couple minutes and then jumped all the way back to 97,000. But everybody's stop loss that was set there was hit. So, you know, for me, I'm not going to tell you guys how to trade because, look, I'm still learning myself. But one thing I will say is that even in these bullish times, I'm being conservative in terms of my leverage. I'm trying not to go past 5x, but that's just me. You guys do you. Okay, so second half of today, I think we're gonna probably, you know, chop back and forth with a little bit of downtrend. If we look at the 8-hour chart, we did come out of that sell pressure on the 4th, right? So since then, it's really there was some aggressive buy pressure, but then it really just kind of evened out and was choppy here, right? So the 8-hour chart kind of looks weird. You see right here, we just jumped up, and then now we've been consolidating with now what seems to be, you know, a sell down starting here. But I don't think this lasts too long, especially if Microsoft does vote yes tomorrow. Plus, we're heading in the middle of the month. People get paid in the middle of the month now. That a lot of that will go to probably Christmas presents and stuff like that. But I do expect the middle of this month to be the most aggressive part of the month of Q4, really. But we shall see. We shall see. So, you know, playing out for the next 7 days, I think it's going to fake out to the downside and then really kind of, you know, get back to where we were before and pass over back again, past that $103,000 mark. But that, you know, I could be completely wrong. That's probably me being a little bit too optimistic, but that's typically when things start to rev up in December of Q4 of the halving year. But that is what I'm seeing, guys, for the Bitcoin price action.
Yeah, man. Great job, bro. Great job. On that, excited for tomorrow, 100%. Let's get into the roll call, see who is here. But yesterday I went in and I saw that a bunch of people did post last night, and I feel bad because they did not make it today. But I'm going to hit them up. We haven't did the graveyard in a while. Let's show the graveyard. Danny Boy was number 1 in the graveyard.
Let's
Should
go.
have been number 1, but it is what it is. Shout out to Danny Boy. Tim, another one of our mods. Danny Boy and Tim are both one of our mods. PJNZ, Mr. Hanky, and my man Yasher all made the graveyard last night. Appreciate every single one of you guys. And we're actually going to be looking for 2 more mods. If you would like to throw your name in the hat for that, let us know. We want a total of 5 mods. We have Danny Boy, we have Tim Baker, and we have Yasher. And we would love to add 2 more mods to that. If you would like to be a mod, let us know. And me and Yagobi will discuss it and then add you. The job of the mod is kind of help us out. or sometimes there's stuff in the chat that probably shouldn't be there, whether it's a scam or something like that. We want you to be able to delete it and stuff like that. And if you do see something maybe truly negative, we're okay with negativity, but something that comes at us personally or something like that, maybe delete it. Let us know, hey guys, should I delete this and stuff like that. We'll add you to our R&D session of Telegram, and you guys can ask us questions live and stuff like that. So let us know if you're interested in joining our program for our mods, and we'll definitely help out our mods in the future as well with gifts and stuff like that as well. So
Yep.
all right, let's kind of get into the roll call here. Number 1 is Webdro. Today is your day, my friend. You win a lot, and I appreciate you every single day. You are a legend. Thank you so much, Webdro. Number 2 spot, we got Glasshopper. Let's go. Appreciate you, Glasshopper. Number 3, PJNZ. You are a champion. Peanut butter jelly time. And I love that he changed his image to
Me too.
what we call him here. He's awesome. I love that guy. Chota, definitely love Chota, man. He's in our R&D. He's our R&D, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's him. Yeah. Shout out to Chota. Mempool Punk is here. Shout out to Mempool Punk. And then we got the twins, Ordinals Tweets and Ordinals Chips. Have no idea what they say on a daily basis, but I love them. Yagobi and Shizzy are 2 clear diamonds.
Hey.
I love you, buddy. You're awesome. And this is with a Viva la Revolution. Ordinal Revolution. Shout out to you. And we have our guy, I Walk Alone. I appreciate you every single day. I Walk Alone, man. You're a champion. Did I miss anybody here? No, I got everyone there. And then we have Mats is here, followed by No. Shout out to you, No. Austin Gray. It's my guy right there. Neo Meester is here, and Nagi is here. Chief Axel's in the building, as always. Chief Axel, he's probably earned the most prizes. Like, I was looking at my messages with him. He wins all the time.
Yep.
I love
That's
that.
why it
I'm
pays.
so glad, bro.
It pays to show up and be an audience member in the show, man. Be consistent like Chief. Be like Chief Axel, AXL, man. By the way, we met Chief in Nashville. Super awesome community member.
Yeah.
He was actually working. I think he was working the Foxy booth, I think, or one of the booths he was working at. So shout out to Chief.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chief Axel. PJNZ, Glasshopper is here. Nighthawk, UXL. That's our guy, man. Love that guy out there riding the Ubers,
Grinding.
guys. If you're lucky enough to get in an Uber with this guy, when we ever get to LA, bro, we got to hit him up for an Uber
100%,
ride, bro. Shout out to you. Our guy, Patty Poo, the Bitcoin machine himself. Love Patty Poo. Long time member. Shout out to you, my friend. Ant-Man is here. Joko is here. PJNZ says, woohoo, woke up early. Here for the live 996 ME coming my way. Good for you, bro. I'm so glad you're getting that. Potentially $4,000 coming your way. Love it, bro. Love to see it. Mats is here. Nighthawk says 501. I'm not sure if he means that's how many tokens you got, but shout out to you, Nighthawk. We need Shizzy and Yagobi to raffle off part of their ME allocation, guys. I love it. Maybe we'll see. Joshua Robert Hathaway is in the building with a hey. Steve Verse, love Steve Verse, our guy. Rick G, long live Merlin Mondays. Shout out to Rick G. Crypto Cats is here, and then our guy from Launch Punks, Mark. Sailor knows more than we do. Yes, he does. He is in the room where it happens for sure. Bro. The crypto police is here.
The crypto police. No reason to run anymore. We got Trump in office now. So
Renstorm Music is here. This is roll call, baby. Did you guys see the dog Ordinal, by the way, listed for 0.008? I gotta check that out.
Is there a new one, or is that the one that
there was one that was dropping? I think it finally dropped.
So that one, there was one that dropped like 3 weeks ago. But I think this might be a new one.
Gotcha. Renstorm Music is here. He said, is the Arch token live? I found an Arch token on CoinGecko, but yeah, that is not. No, the Arch token is not live. That won't be live until the validators are live, and that they won't be live until early next year. Just peep the Arch Thursdays. You guys we'll definitely make sure that you guys are aware of if any token that drops for sure. Kai Effect is here. Sixes is here. So the Catholic Church is always having a stand up with the French government. Maybe it's time for the church to include BTC in their loophole. That would be absolutely amazing. I don't know about the loopholes, but I don't know anything about that. But that'd be awesome. Mark says UK 61,245 Bitcoin government holdings. Yeah, let's hope they don't sell it, right? They hope they don't pretend to be the next Germany and just ruin their future. But we'll see. Austin Gray says, what will ME go to in the first week? Yes, I actually have a question for Yagobi about that. We'll get that in a little bit. Little Steps of Faith. Shout out to you. I think it's your first time I ever seen you in the Ordinal Revolution chat. I appreciate you so much for being here.
Welcome.
She says, me airdrop is poorly planned and exposes claimants to risk. She says the website was down last night. Why don't they airdrop to eligible users? Go ahead on us.
So yeah, so the main reason why is look, this is I think it's smart too. It's a marketing strategy, right? So they want more Magic Eden wallet users, right? And so for them, that's why they're setting this up to where you need to utilize your mobile wallet as well as your PC to you know, the first step and the main step is really identifying your claim wallet address, and that's what you do with utilizing the mobile and the PC. After that, it's easy. You just link all your wallets that are on your PC, and then you can see what your allocation is going to be, right? But
Yeah.
I do agree. You know, instructions could have been a lot smoother, but you know, it seems to be a consistent case for a lot of these airdrops and claims and stuff like that. After a while, you get used to it and figure things out. So.
No. Let's do a video later today. A real quick one. Just kind of taking step by step on how to do it. I got a little bit of stuff they can do afterwards, but look out. We'll have that out tonight. You got some time tonight?
Yeah, we can do it tonight.
All right, cool. We'll knock it out. We'll have a video out for you guys. Check out Ordinal Revolution YouTube channel. We'll have one out tonight. We got a couple of video. We have a video coming out tonight as well, but maybe we'll push that to Wednesday and put out this. But yeah, all right.
This is definitely more needed right now. So
yeah, Austin Gray's here. What risks? Cat Daddy. We kind of went over that a little bit, Austin. I'm sorry, Augustine. I apologize for that. Augustine. Augustine, is that male or female, or I don't know? What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's unisex. I'm not sure.
Cat Daddy's here. She says, Little Steps of Faith says, downloading Apple mobile, linking accounts. Many people use desktop. So you actually need to use both. You need to use the wallet, and so it's mainly desktop. It's a little tiny bit of mobile. So we'll actually show you how to do it. She's like, I feel nervous doing it. Just hang on, wait for our video later. We'll walk you through step by step, I promise. And then Austin Grace is totally Claudia says, yo, what's up? How the market's treating us, guys? Markets are down a little bit today. What am I saying? 97.9?
Yeah, drop below 98,000 again.
And we got my man Sammy Turnpike right down the street. Used to be from me, now from Yagobi. But he says, good morning, best buddies. We love you, Sammy. You're our guy, buddy. Kai Effect is here. Shout out to Kai Effect. First time. No, all the time, long time. Shout out to Kai Effect. MB Farms is here. Shout out to MB Farms. This person wins a lot as well. Shout out to that MB Farms. Pelpa is here. PJNZ is here. And then my guy, Los Ortiz.
Hey,
shout out to him.
Los, what's
he
up,
found
Los?
some ME in his wallet.
Nice.
I walked him through it this weekend. He is my brother. I love that guy. Shout out to Los Ortiz. Pelpa is here. And we got Kai Effect. Courtney Johnson. Shout out to Courtney Johnson.
Courtney Johnson. Yo, real quick. Courtney Johnson, he's our guy, man. Like, there was one time whenever we were going through the Merlin stuff, and he was frustrated, so he was kind of taking his frustration out publicly and saying, hey, seems like Merlin's a scam and all this stuff. And we were like, hold on a second, what's the problem? It's like, I can't even get my Bitcoin out. We had to walk him through the particle network, smart account wallets, but we jumped on like just a call with him, man. And that's all it takes, guys. For you guys to message us, just message us and ask us, hey, I'm going through this thing that you talked about and stuff like that. And, Courtney was super cool. We met him in person. It's an awesome experience. And so I just wanted to give him a shout out for taking that extra step and reaching out to us.
Yeah, man. Yep, 100%. If you guys ever need help with anything, just let us know. We're always down to help you. We got a lot of time. We're full-time Ordinal Revolution, so we have no problem helping out you guys for sure. Mats is here. Let's see. Vision of Tomo. I'm going to get to this a little bit more quickly because we have a lot to go over. Zap Peresi is here. ME party tomorrow. Yes. Jacob Donahue. I think it's the first time I've seen you, but let's go, baby. Thank you so much for being here, Jacob. Gary the Lizard. I love it. He says, I see you have to check the ME allocation. We will have to claim. Yeah, you got to claim it before you're able to claim it. Yeah, you have to set it up. Well, we're gonna do a video on this, guys. We see a lot of people confusion. We'll definitely have it out today. Victor Tomo says El Salvador taking $1.3 loan from the IMF after discovering $3 trillion of gold in the country. Oh, I didn't know that. That's wild. Yeah. They found
so they're probably just using that as collateral to take that loan and then buying Bitcoin with it. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yep. Renstorm Music is here. Akala, Albert Amari is here. Steve Verse again. Ant-Man. ASAP Benji is my guy right there. Joe Atang is here. Shout out to Joe. Hi boys, what's up, Joe? I mean Ant-Man. And then we have Eat Satoshi. I actually purchased one of his wormies. I apparently messed up. I sent an ordinal or something to the wallet. I don't know. He hit me up like, yo, you did it. I was like, how you know my wallet? He's like, I know you, bro. I know you. But shout out to Eat Satoshi. And go check out his X account as well. Eat Satoshi. He's a legend. Shout out to him. Akala is here as well. He says ME $20. Maybe. Let's kind of get right into that. So Magic Eden is ready to get the party started. Bitcoin party starts tomorrow. Magic Eden wallet ME claim starts at 9 a.m. Eastern time on December 10th. Absolutely amazing. But we do have a reminder for you guys. Watch out for scams. Only engage and click links from the official Magic Eden account. I honestly don't even think you need to do that. Just go to your app store, type in Magic Eden, get the Magic Eden wallet that way. Again, we'll have a video out later to kind of get over this. But Yagobi, what do you think, man? We are approximately, 20 hours away from the entire ecosystem about to get rich.
Yes, I'm really excited, but I want to show something real quick. Look how scaredy. Look how much of a scaredy cat this guy is. Peter Schiff right now. He says the one good thing Biden can do before leaving office is sell all the Bitcoin currently held by the U.S. government. Not only would the money raised reduce the 2024 budget deficit, but it would put an end to all this nonsense about creating a harmful strategic Bitcoin reserve. This dude is shaking in his boots, man, for gold. And this gets me even more bullish on what's about to happen with Bitcoin. So I just wanted to, call him out for posting a nonsensical post on Twitter about Bitcoin again. But let's get back to the Magic Eden here. Super excited about it. I don't know what to expect, right? Because there's a lot of talk and speculation that this token will start at $3.50, $4. Pre-market, I think it's for like $4.30 to $4.50, depending on where you're looking. And I think it's gotten as high as maybe like $8 it wicked up to, I think, and it came back down.
Yeah. Let me actually show that. I actually have it.
Yeah. The reason why I'm a little bit like lost on it is because looking at pre-market tokens before, usually they're higher on pre-market than they end up being. But this is like 6 months ago, right? So this is a different.
Runestone was lower, a lot lower.
Was it?
Yeah. Okay. Runestone was like 0.02 and then shot all the way up to 0.1.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember some of these tokens being really high on pre-market whales and then being a lot less afterwards. But with Magic Eden and us heading into like the phase where we are, I think that this actually can jump higher than what the expectations are now. Not the crazy expectations. Some people say that like $15. I think that's too high. I think like, if it can get to 6 to 7, that's a big win. I mean, you're talking about lots of people that are having like even 1,000 allocation of ME tokens. Like, let's say 1,000 is the average. It's probably not the average, but let's say 800, and it comes out at like $8. That's what, how much is 800 times $8? I think that's $1,600, right? No, 6,400. Sorry.
Yeah,
6,400. Yeah, $6,400, dude, for just a regular 800, token allocation. And so I think that's a good average on the average person that utilized Magic Eden. So I mean, that's not a small amount. That's a good little stimmy.
Yeah. Let me show something real quick. So I put out a poll. Let me show you guys right here, and it's looking like most of you guys are getting between 0 and 1,000. We got 61 votes on here. So yeah, I mean, lucky seems to be everyone who got between 1,000 and 5,000, 36%, 5,000 to 10,000, 2%, and 10,000.
Whoa, we got some whales in the house.
We got some whales in here, bro. We got some whales in here.
Yo,
but shout out to everyone. I mean,
there's more in that last one than the one before that. So we 3 to 2%. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I made it big for a reason. It's kind of just justifying it there, and it only lets me do 4. So I want to see how many people were really kind of. But you guys, man, even if you got like 200, I mean, that's that's month changing for a lot of people. You know what I mean? And that's just
Christmas presents,
trades for sure, dude. That covers. I feel like Magic Eden just made a lot of people's, especially probably
Christmas.
Mattyverse. I can see Mattyverse taking out like a bunch of that and treating his family to a lot of amazing stuff. So shout out to Mattyverse. You know, he got a nice portion. He posted he almost got 4,000. I mean, dude, that's like 4, 8, 12. That's almost $16,000. Like some people don't make that in in like 6 months.
Yeah. But
Oh.
if you have been watching Ordinal Revolution since
Yeah.
we started, then you would have picked up the Runestone airdrop,
Yep.
which a lot of people got 5 figures on that. Tomo knows
Yep.
about that one. I know you didn't miss that one, Tomo. And then you got the pizza claim. Yeah, some people hit 5 figures on that. And then now you're getting the Magic Eden. So it pays to watch Ordinal Revolution. So make sure you're watching this consistently.
Seriously, dude, the airdrops in this space has been
awesome.
absolutely insane. And the Magic Eden one, it's amazing because like we didn't really see it coming until like a couple months ago. But we were using Magic Eden because Magic Eden was an amazing platform. So we got paid to use the best service. Pretty nuts, dude. And like my airdrop's pretty insane. I'm not like I'm in category 4. I'm between 10,000 and 100,000. So I'm very happy with that. So I'm gonna be receiving a nice chunk, and I'm gonna be putting that in Ordinals and Runes. So I kind of want to get into that a little bit. But first I'm gonna get into the price prediction. What's the day 1 price prediction? What's day 7 price prediction? And what's January 1st price prediction for the ME token? For someone who maybe's like, maybe I'll wait till January 1st to sell my ME.
Yeah, so I think the price prediction of launch right away, I think we'll probably get very close to what the pre-market is showing. So, $4, between $4 and $5, I think.
Yeah.
I think by the end of the day, on day 1, I think it possibly sells down to maybe like $3. And the reason why is because there's going to be a lot of people so there's 2 major groups here that are receiving this.
Yeah.
The Bitcoin ecosystem, which is a smaller user base, but received 1% more allocation than the Solana group. And the reason why is because Bitcoin's ecosystem has produced more dollar amount volume since they started tracking this, which makes sense. Ordinals and runes. Now, there's going to be 2 buckets that this goes to, and I think on day 1, a lot of people are going to pour into runes and ordinals, and then some people will pour into like these meme coins. So I think the meme coins actually start going too on Solana again. But I really think the ordinal and runes really do well. So what I'm trying to do is kind of sit back and check and see some of these new runes that pop up, maybe get in and out of a couple of them. And then the ones that are solid, I'll probably pour a little bit into those as well and just hold those until the spring when we have our first real big, bull market year pump.
So what would your numbers be? What's your day 1, day 7, and January 1st?
So day 1, I think we end the day at like 325. Day 5 to 10, day 5, maybe we get to like $6. I think it's going to take a sell down and then it rises, kind of like Hyperliquid.
Gotcha.
I don't even know if Hyperliquid pulled back at all, but Hyperliquid started low and then now it's at $14.
Okay, so what's the price of Magic Eden on January 1st?
On January 1st, so that would give us about 30. I'll say, Magic Eden on January 1st, I think $657 is fair.
Okay. I'm a little bit more bullish than you on this. I think day 1, I think we're going to finish between $6 and $7. I just think that, being only 125 million tokens available, I think this gets to close to $1 billion market cap right away. And what that means is potentially between $6 and $7. So I'm gonna that's my prediction. I think it's going to go up in value as the day goes on. I do think there's going to be a dump down to $2 and then bulk back up to like between $7. And then day 7, I think we're going to be between I want to say between $9 and $11 a week from tomorrow. I think that is a very amazing place. I think 1.1 billion or 1.3 billion is a nice solid place for ME. And then on January 1st, I think Magic Eden is going to be between potentially $13 and $17. I want to say I'm actually more pushing towards $17 range for January 1st. Am I too bullish?
I don't know. It's tricky, right? Like, so it actually could get one thing I think that, including myself, that I'm not realizing is what the circulation is going to be, right? Because the circulation on tomorrow should be 125 million. That's what it should be.
For 6 months. There's no more tokens coming on for 6 months.
So I think for a fact, like it will be hanging around $500 million right away.
So that's
$5.
Yeah.
And I think it gets to 1 billion pretty easy.
Yeah.
So we're looking at
$8.
9.
So
$8. Yeah, I think I'm not bullish enough on this one.
yeah.
You know, just kind of looking at this market cap calculator. This is crazy, dude. Like, imagine it gets to $1 billion tomorrow. $8.
Think about it too. There's gonna be a lot of people that don't claim their tokens. So 125 is like the max, but I think maybe 25 million don't get claimed.
Well, I think
people who just don't use it.
I think claim or don't. I think claim or not claimed, 125 will be considered in circulation regardless, because they have to have those tokens available.
Yeah, but I just think I think every day it's going to get more and more because people, oh shit, I got that airdrop, because they're in a smart contract and only what is released will show in that smart contract on
but
Solana.
only what's released will go into the calculation as well for price.
So let's just say tomorrow 96 million get taken out. That'll be the circulating supply, and then every single day this person claims, this person claims, this person. Let's say we get to 100 million or 111 million. It'll show that every single day. You know what I mean? Because it's a smart contract, and those tokens are being claimed out of it. So, you know, it could say 88 million. You just don't know. We won't really find out until tomorrow. But all the tokens that are unclaimed, after a certain amount of time, I think it's after a couple months or whatever it is, those tokens will be given to stakers. So that's the thing too. People are going to be staking their tokens tomorrow to earn these unclaimed tokens. So a lot of tokens are going to be re-locked up. So circulation, it might actually be a lot lower than you think.
I just don't know where all this money's going to come from, man. Because I love,
come from
like,
investors.
my mind is going a little crazy right now because, like, you know, the demand could really go nuts tomorrow because there could be huge whales that want to buy at these prices,
buy and stake,
or buy and flip within a day or two because, like, they know the circulating supply and the demand's going to be high, right? So the circulating supply, if it trickles out, let's say tomorrow's 90 million, you know, that's a big opportunity for someone to get in at $5 and then you know, so I don't know, man. This could be very, very crazy for sure. You're looking at if it's 90 million tomorrow, 90 million people claim, you're looking at like $11, $11.50 being that $1 billion market cap.
Let's just say only 90 million people, 90 million of these tokens are claimed. 30% now gets put into a staking pool. So you get an APY of 30% for staking your token because you're going to get that claim. And who knows if Magic Eat's going to throw more into that to get it to 50% APY on staking to claim these tokens. It could be something over time too, so you don't really know. But you could see an APY on a Magic Eat token between 11 and 15%.
No, I agree with you on that. And there's some questions in the chat here. PJNZ says, actually, where will be the best place to buy ME once it's released and people sell?
Radium and Jupiter.
Well, can't you just buy it on Magic Eden's wallet?
Good question.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure that would be stupid if they wouldn't, you know, because you can buy Solana on Magic Eden's wallet, right, with Bitcoin and stuff.
It seems like you only buy chain tokens, but I mean they probably could add that. But right now it's just chain tokens.
Yeah. So Radium probably will have it right away. Yeah. But I would imagine you could buy, you know, no, you can buy Dog Whiff.
Can you?
You can buy Whiff. Yeah.
Then it will be on there.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you can't. Jeez.
I thought it was all chain tokens.
That's weird. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, wait, you go to trade and then you go to So you just on your wallet you have to go to trade and then you go to Whiff and then you can buy it.
Gotcha.
So they'll most likely have that on their wallet tomorrow. Who was that? PJ and Z. So but like Shizzy said, if you can't find it on the wallet, go to Radium and then it should be there with the liquidity pool right away. I'm sure all this stuff is going to be prepped, guys. Yeah. Imagine how many centralized exchanges it's going to be listed on tomorrow. Wait,
100%.
Will it be listed on externalized exchanges tomorrow? Well, if it's only 125 million.
So I just thought about something. How much of that is actually going to these liquidity pools? Am I not
mean,
adding that into the factor?
I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, so when you said that 125 million tokens are
12%.
all that's being distributed, did
Yeah.
you get an official statement from them, or?
That's our tokenomics. If you can go to you can go to their website. You can see their tokenomics. Let us do a little more research. We'll have that in the video later as well. The exact tokenomics of what's going to be out tomorrow. But I'm hearing it's going to be 120 million tokens. That's it for 6 months.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, MEXC is one of my favorite exchanges. It's going to be on there tomorrow as well.
Yep. Tomo says, did you guys do a claim tutorial? So tonight. So I would say check back, Tomo, in about 8 hours on our YouTube channel, and you'll see it. It's going to be probably 15-20 minutes, but we're going to walk everybody through the start to finish of how to claim and everything you need to do, because you're going to have to fund that wallet, that Solana address, because the Solana address is going to claim it, but you're going to link all your Bitcoin wallet addresses to it as well.
Yep. We're just waiting for the boss man to hop in here. Any other questions we'll hit on? There's a couple more banners. We have a couple seconds. I don't want to get into anything too crazy. Let's just hop into where is it? Or.io posted something really cool. They actually went through and got all the market caps. So we have Dog Go to the Moon at $957 million market cap, and Pups the second at 280, and then BDC at 118. So I want to get your opinion on this. This is huge differences between BDC
1,
and
2,
Pups.
and 3.
I mean, do you think these kind of catch up to Dog, BDC and Pups?
I think we see, so for like what's happening right now, in my opinion, I thought about this earlier too.
Yeah.
So I think Dog's always going to have the lead. It's going to be the main one. It's going to be the Sheeb, right? The question is who's going to be the flocky of this, right? Or that second meme coin. Pups obviously has a lead on BDC, but I think once these three are on centralized exchanges, like it's going to really depend upon like the community growth and kind of marketing of it. So I think BDC could possibly catch Pups, because Pups is strong with their community, but it's very cultish in terms of, you know, you think a certain way, you know, you're kind of crazy on the you're edgy, that kind of mentality with Pups, right? As versus BDC is like, you know, come all, you know, whoever you are to this community, be a part of the, you know, $1 billion cat community. So I'm not saying one's better than the other in that aspect, you know, in terms of like, well, I am saying one market's more of a broader range of people, and I think that's BDC. So
yeah, I agree. Definitely bullish to see what happens tomorrow of what gets bought up when people start dumping these ME tokens. But it's gonna be really exciting. But guys, it is officially Merlin Monday. We're excited to have, as always, the man, the myth, the legend. We have the Jeff from Merlin, the big guy over there. Appreciate him joining us every single Monday for Merlin Monday. But let's get the show started.
Let's do it. Let's bring Jeff up to the stage and see what is going on. What is up, Jeff? How are you doing?
All good. It's 2 a.m. in Japan right now, and I'm sorry I cannot turn on the the
camera. No worries.
today.
No worries.
But yeah, everything's all good.
I forgot,
tired, bro.
It's even later in Japan than it is in Singapore during this time, because it's a different time zone. But yeah, so first of all, why are you in Japan, if you don't mind asking, unless it's personal? And then give us some updates on Merlin Chain, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm just meeting some potential partners. We are actively expanding into other countries. Like you guys see, we got the perp listed in Kraken, we got listed in Bivavo in Europe, and I mean, we are looking for more exchanges around the world to let the people like in that area know about Bitcoin Layer 2. Because it's still in many areas, people don't haven't even heard of Bitcoin Layer 2. So they just thought Bitcoin is just Bitcoin. They haven't heard of Ordinals or Ruins or Bitcoin Layer 2 or BTC5. So yeah, I think we are actively trying to educate more people in different countries.
That's awesome. And congrats to getting on, listed on that largest exchange in Europe. So obviously there was a big launch with BTC.fun last weekend, and you know, the party token was the first test token for that platform. I'm curious as to know how you feel how the launch went, and you know, are there things that the team's working on to kind of iron out, or do you feel like everything's smooth? If you could kind of break that down.
Yeah, first, I think it's good to see, a lot of people, way more than we expected, are interested in this platform and also in that token. We thought Bitcoin assets are kind of, slow or like cold right now. People don't really care. But, lots of people came, they asked for the airdrops, they have like Genie Data OG Pass, Unisat OG Pass. Like those people are like old-time OG, right? Like probably they don't even use that OG card anymore, but they came to ask for the airdrop. Many people from layer one, layer twos, many people from other ecosystems come here to ask about like what is BTC.fun, what is Bitcoin memes. So I think that kind of influence is like way beyond my expectation. The second thing is, we like using Party as a test token have actually tested our chain and also the BTC.fun platform for sure. We have like, right now we are at Polygon version 8, and our testnet is on version 9 for like over a month now. So it's running smoothly. So you can expect, upgrade from version 8 to version 9 anytime. And we are planning to upgrade the version 9 to version 12 with testnet very soon as well. So first, there's a lot of pressure on chain. We have spotted that, and we know for sure, if we want to do meme launches in the Merlin in the future, we need to upgrade the network. And also, we see people actually come here. They not only claim airdrop, mint party token, but some of them are actively buying, which me personally, I don't recommend people to do so because, it's a token doesn't really have culture behind that. Like for me, memes like pops, like I said, probably is the one attracts me because it has the kind of culture like behind that. But for party, it's a test token. The ticker is pretty cool. 5 byte ticker BS20 is kind of new to many people. Probably people only heard of pizza before, but yeah. So I think the market is responding to that very well, and we have lots of issues coming up, so we need to fix them. We're expecting to see the platform by the end of this month, but yeah, we'll see.
Awesome. One of the things that I really highlighted during this launch was, you had layer 1 airdrops and Merlin layer 2 airdrops happening simultaneously, and both sides were able to trade in their respective marketplaces, and so you start to see the price actually start to be affected by the other marketplace, and they were kind of competing at one point. We've never seen that happen before, so that was a first for that, for sure, for me at least. How do you feel like the market responded in that way? Do you think that was like a healthy kind of innovative moment?
Yeah. So first, I do think launching the memes on layer one and layer two is a smart thing to do in the future as well, because it educates people that this token is not a ERC20 token. It's a Bitcoin based memes, but it can be traded on layer two. So I think that needs to be educated. I mean that is like I still believe many people don't know about this. So I think that is very, very important. The second thing is, we are actually trying to take more aggressive ways to push that. So right now, the airdrop is like mainly happened on layer two. But if we can have a layer one, layer two dual mode, which means 50% will be launched on layer one and the other 50% will be launched on layer two, which means, each network has like half of the assets. I mean, that can be bridge out, smoothly, but half and half will definitely be a aggressive, a strategy to do so in the future. So like right now we have the classic mode, but probably we'll have a dual mode in the future to test this. People's, like, do they want to do this, or is that too hard for people to use? But we will see. But the third thing is, like, I have to be honest. I think more people are bridging them from layer one to layer two, because it clearly has better liquidity there. You can dump them, you can trade, you can do lots of T trading skills, like sell at this point after 10 minutes buyback. So it definitely is much easier on layer 2. So you can see people say this is Bitcoin layer 1 assets, but when it comes to trading, they want to trade that with in a better liquidity environment.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also the 5 byte tickers, really you only had pizza with any volume, right? So Party kind of woke up the 5 byte tickers again. And it was number 1 in terms of trading volume on Unisat. And I believe it briefly touched that as well, of all BRC20s on OKX as well. So I agree. I think keeping that model as an option of 50% supply on layer 1, 50% supply on layer 2, and then launch simultaneously is a great one, because it also kind of makes everybody feel like they're because they are trading the same token at the end of the day. Because I saw the Party token was available for bridging on the Merlin bridge as well, so anybody can bridge that over at any time, right?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. And one thing will be awesome too. I was just thinking for BTC.fun, if maybe when you went to claim your tokens, to say you participated, used your Merl to get in that token, but when it was time to actually claim your BTC.fun token, the meme coin, if you could kind of pick if you wanted it to be claimed on layer 1, you got to pay a little bit more money because layer 1's expensive, or you can pick layer 2 and get it cheaply and trade into. But that'll be your choice. Is that something that potentially could be in the future?
Yeah, I mean, 100% that can be done. But to be honest, I think most people will pick layer 2 because it's easy to dump.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. But let's just say there is like an arbitrage opportunity that they could do that in the beginning, potentially listed higher than layer 2 if they wanted to, and then maybe consolidate and bring it back to layer 2 later. That'd be something that'd be pretty cool to see happen and see what people pick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Jeff. Are there any other updates that you have? Maybe any of these Telegram apps or anything like that that you wanted to touch on? I saw that Timon is definitely picking up a lot of users. Also, if you take a look on DeFi Llama, the volume has increased with Merlin Chain, probably from these Telegram apps as well. Could you talk a little bit about that, maybe?
Yeah, so we are we are trying to expand more areas. So we are always dedicated to bring more mass adoption to the Bitcoin ecosystems, and that's why we take the approach with mini apps. And Timon is like the first one launched last week, like 3 to 4 days. I think they acquired like over 1.2 million users right now. And these users are active, like very, very active in the DApp. The DApp itself had about like 16K US dollar profits right now. So yeah. So I mean, people are interested, like to understand what is happening in the Bitcoin ecosystems. They want to participate in the party campaign. They want to participate in the BTC5 campaign in the future. So you will see more mini apps because we are having a huge campaign with the tier 1 exchange. The campaign is still under preparation, but you will see about 10 to 12 D apps in that campaign. Lots of them are very, very sophisticated, very easy to use mini apps. You guys try the bots, right? So you when you try them, you'll see it's kind of easy to use, very, very user friendly. And also, like another thing is, I think Solve is about to TGE this month. So BTC5 is something people haven't talked about for a while. But I think Merlin did bring the BTC5 norm into the industry. Before Merlin, there's no BTC staking or BTC5, but with MBTC, Solve BTC, and right now we have probably like 20, 30 different BTC tickers on all kinds of chains. Like Movement is TG today. I don't know if you guys check that out. Movement is TG today with about like 8 billion FDV. MBTC will be there. So basically, MBTC, which is the liquid staking token of Merlin Bitcoin, the MBTC is on all these tier 1 chains, no matter it's Scroll, ZK Sync, Tyco, Movement, or the future Bearer chain, Monad. So all these tier 1 chains. So you have BTC on Merlin. First, it's safe. Second, it's liquid. Third, you can farm all kinds of chains with that Bitcoin, and the yield is very high. But still, Like I know people in the Ordinals ruins ecosystems, not willing to try that, or like don't really understand this. But I just like to repeat this because people want to hold Bitcoin. Why not have a Bitcoin based yield for Bitcoin? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually going to be a big part of the BTC ecosystem here coming up in 2025 with this big bull run. But one thing I do want to showcase is if I can share my screen here, is one of the applications that that you were talking about. One of the mini apps is Universal X, right? And so basically, you can buy a meme coin like Party, right? With one wallet using any type of token, right? So if it's, for example, Solana, you purchased Solana or Party with Solana, as a test, I believe you showed us. And so do you believe more and more people are going to utilize apps like that?
Yeah, I mean, right now, like for the past few weeks, when I see new users come to Merlin to trade this, BMAC token, Party, RuFi, Merl, like when they trade all these tokens, they're all using the bots. Like we are old school, we are using the Merlin swap, but these guys they haven't heard of Merlin swap. Like when they try to put some liquidity there, it's the first time. Some of the users are trying the Merlin swap and they say, oh, there's a DEX called Merlin swap. But most of the users, they don't really know. They just use all these apps and that just happen, spontaneously.
Yeah. So this is a screenshot, basically using Universal X bot, and this is through Telegram. You can just trade, and then you send Solana $5 to your Solana address or to the address that they provide you after you sign up for an account. Then you can buy Party that's on Merlin, or if you did that with Ethereum, you could just send $5 of Ethereum to your account and then buy $5 worth of Party. So it's making things very interoperable, more easy to use. And that's at the end of the day, that's what's going to bring mass adopters on. One thing was I tried to sign up for an account here, but it made me put in like a referral pin. Are they still in beta? Is that why? Do you know?
I don't think. I think you can skip the referral part.
Gotcha.
The referral is for the rebate.
Gotcha. Okay. So guys, also if you do the referral, you will get kind of a rebate, I think, if you refer other people to that as well. But appreciate that. Today's show is going to be a little bit different. We have a community member guest 1 and 2 out that we've known for a very long time, from OSD days to the Goosenals, all that stuff, as well as Mr. J. I say we just bring them all up and kind of have a group discussion.
Yeah. Mr. J, I'm sorry, Mr. J25 will not be in today. He said he's having some personal problems, but they're there. So would you be 1 and 2 and Mr. J? But yeah, so bring him up.
Let's bring them up. Mr. J and 1 and 2 are very familiar with each other as well. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing?
I'm doing good.
What's up?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Weather today, so please excuse me.
No worries. Mr. J or 1 and 2. Sorry, couldn't hear you. What were you saying?
I said I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I just had breakfast, but
nice. How you been, man? I feel like it's been a while since we've talked. You been good?
Yeah, man. I've been good. How y'all been doing?
Doing pretty good. Have you been trading a lot in the ecosystem, or just kind of sitting back waiting to see opportunities? What's your mindset been like?
Yeah, I just been sitting back waiting for opportunities. Just monitoring the next projects coming up. Looking at Party, looking at Psyop Cat, just trying to assess the next move, basically. I did want to ask Jeff, what can we do in next time to avoid bots or whatever? Often, even the blue boxes were botted. I know it's kind of hard to stop that, but each time it just runs into an issue, even on the platform that Mr. J is an ambassador for. Yeah, Unicross. Even on Unicross, the same issues happen. So what can we do in order to avoid that next time? Because like Psyop Cat, what they did was they airdrop people, so it couldn't be necessarily botted, but it could have been botted on on launch with the liquidity pool, but just in general, so it's more of a fair thing for users to get involved.
Yeah. So so basically that's why I do not recommend people to buy party, because this is a chance that everybody knew they will make some money. They put 50 Merl into that and they got like 2,000 Merl back. When they dump token, so it's a 100% chance people can make money, and that's why it's bought it. But when we're building BTC.fund, we're not looking for this kind of opportunity every day or every second. We're looking for people can launch their own memes, like 1,000 memes per day. Like on Solana, it was like 1 million memes per day, but I'm running probably like hundreds of memes per day, and most of them will just fail. And when this happens with the platform, I don't think the bot will be there because it costs a lot of money to mint every token, and that's why when it comes to the chance that everybody knew they are making money, it will be botted. I don't think that can be avoided on any chain, no matter it's Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or Merlin. But just avoid this kind of window. Like in my understanding, when you see this, you try. If you can get it, just ignore it. So for everyone who's hearing the show, just ignore party and have fun in the BTC.fund official launch.
So real quick, just to kind of summarize that answer, because I want to make sure I got it right, is the platform is created for people to create like memes consistently throughout the each day, right? And so bots are there for the people that own them to be able to profit. So when there's an event happening for a launch, they're going to prepare for that. And that's how it gets botted so much. So with these other memes, it's going to be kind of like the opportunity won't be there because they won't know which one's going to hit. I think that's the answer that he gave. But I'll also say this too, is that there is ways to get ahead of those kind of situations, but you got to really know like programming and even nodes and stuff like that, because I have seen some videos. So basically, if you're in the know, you can kind of see when a token's about to be launched and stuff like that, but you got to have like a lot of software and a strong computer to be able to do all that stuff. I don't know how to do it. I just saw like a TikTok video on it. But anyways, 1 and 2, what's your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, on Sol they have bots that just go in there and buy every single token that launches by a certain percentage that launches. So I hope it works, but I get it. Like some people have disposable income, so they just run bots and buy a percentage of each token that ever is launched, and then just hopes that it goes up. So I don't know if I really understood your answer. If that's what you were saying, that is too many in order for the bot to decipher, because there's going to be so many being launched at one time. I'm not sure if that was your answer or not.
Yeah, I mean the bots on Solana, they don't they don't buy every token. They it's more sophisticated. They track all these wallets. And they buy after the smart money buys, but also most of the bots are losing money. So I think when it reaches to that stage, it's gonna kind of like a game theory kind of thing. That's what a healthy ecosystem has. That people have bots, people have professional traders, people have retail traders, and they all play the game. And it depends on your level, so you will have a different winning rate, but that's healthy. But for asset that is like 100% making money, and like party, so that is not healthy. So for example, if I come to BTC One today and I say, okay, I will launch a token with 100K FTV, that will be a 100% like bought it, because Jeff like personally launch a meme token with 100K FTV token. That is bad. So that's what I'm saying. So the situation for party is bad because everybody knows they're going to make some money. But in the future, I think it will be like well balanced.
In the future, you think it'll be what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last word.
Yeah, you will be balanced. So people have different strategies and stuff.
Yeah, so it'll be more balanced because there won't be, you know, a large token launch event type situation. You know, it'll be more of like, okay, you're always going to have your consistent bots that try to go for certain things, and then you have your retail traders and stuff. Not kind of like this was an event, right? Like Psyop Cat, like you said, was airdropped. What Party did was kind of like a claim window to where you can claim. So there was a lot of people that claimed it and was able to get their claim from it, but you know, other than those people, there was probably people that were, you know, loading up on trying to take advantage of the launch. But I see what you're saying, where you're kind of coming from, 1 and 2, because like that's been a problem on any type of fast pacing environment chain. I mean, if you go back to like, you know, Phantom, if you go back to Chronos, if you go back to like even Avalanche, there's always bots loaded up for like an NFT mint or a new token mint that's hyped up. And unfortunately, there's no real way around it unless you can compete with those and be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, that does. That pretty much answers it.
Yeah.
So the issue I have with the claim is you have to like actually be monitoring the project in a short period of time, just like we seen with Pizza. And I made out with Pizza, but ultimately, like if you weren't in that 3 or 4 day window, then you know, you missed out on it. Have you guys thought about possibly doing an airdrop for people's addresses that interacted with Merlin Chain?
Yeah, so I have to be honest. The party is probably the only one doing this kind of mint and airdrop. In my understanding, you know, in the future, it's gonna be like pump fun. People, you know, go there, people buy, people mint, people sell, and because to me personally, like I I really don't like the idea of airdrop. I mean, that's just me personally. You know, that doesn't represent Merlin or who like the other builders. Because to me, I think airdrop is kind of it's not efficient way to do anything. But yeah, I think Party is gonna be the only one who does airdrop for the users. In the future, it's gonna be like pump fun. You know, people come there, people, you know, buy the stuff they want with a low price, and they hope this can go up like very very soon.
Yep. I want to kind of get into something real quick. Steve Verse says, can Jeff explain why 97% of the tokens held by the 10 wild addresses according to OKX token overview? So Steve, I'm kind of disappointed in you, bud, for not understanding one thing here. Let me show my screen here. Yes, if you look on something like Unisat or Magic or OKX, you do see a big portion of the supply in the top couple wallets. But Steve, you have to remember, this one right here is the Merlin address, man. So if you go to Merlin Scan, you can actually come in here and you can see that this one is a liquidity pool, and then these are the holders of that amount that is right there, because that is the Merlin address, and that is why so much is in there. And you can kind of go here and see that that is not true. That is just broken up by the EVM token and the BRC20 token itself. It's kind of sitting in a multi-sig wallet that you can bridge in and out. Did I explain that properly?
I'm not sure, Jeff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Like people would go to, you know, a Genie data for BMAP allocation. The first holder has like 200K BMAPs, but it's not one person. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So guys, make sure you guys are utilizing scan.merlinchain.io when you do see something like that, so you guys can get the you know, all your stuff decked out. Definitely check out scan.merlinchain.
Oh yeah, one thing to correct is the first address of the party is not the LP pool. It's actually, you know, the
bridge.
I think
no,
the 9% still left doing future airdrops for the mini apps, because like we did 30% for the airdrop, 60% for the mint, and 10% left for the mini apps in the future. Yeah.
So people can actually earn that still, though, right? If you go to like Timon and you use those mini apps, you can still earn that airdrop, right?
Yeah, people are crazy going for that. It's free money.
So for the audience and 1 and 2, there is a way to get an airdrop this way, and it's to utilize the mini apps, the Merlin mini apps like Timon and stuff like that. But I want to ask Mr. J, you know, because being a builder and also kind of an OG in the space, right? Like 1 and 2 out, Mr. J, all of us, Jeff, we've all been in like the early spaces of the Bitcoin ecosystem. Mr. J, how'd you feel like take yourself outside of like a builder's mentality, but how'd you feel about the party launch and BTC.fun?
I think it was beautiful, man. One thing that I really liked is that we got people from Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2 participating. I think that's a very good way to go, because when you're talking about like a Bitcoin Layer 2, what is a Bitcoin Layer 2? Is it actually utilizing Bitcoin assets? So far, I think Merlin is probably the only one that really utilizes pretty much 90% or 99% of Bitcoin assets on its chain. You see a lot of different Bitcoin Layer 2s utilizing just assets minted as ERC tokens. So including like the Bitcoin Layer 1 community into the airdrop and into like this sphere of influence into the asset, I think is a good thing. And another reason why I really like the BTC, why I really like Party, is because it kind of, I would say it relates to a lot of people. Like, it's a party. It's a party for Bitcoin Layer 1, it's a party for Bitcoin Layer 2 users. The whole narrative and how it's done, I would say is very innovative and captures a lot of attention from both sides. Not a lot of people or projects can say that they have done like something to benefit both sides. The last one was with what was that called? Bitcoin X Runes. That was done like Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2 as well. And that got listed. So that gives you an idea of like how this narrative can actually go.
Yeah. Yep. I think this is a fair statement. Augustine Gray says, let's be honest, Party airdrop was awesome for those who got it, and it sucked for those who missed the tiny window. Yeah. Kind of like pizza, though, like 1 and 2 said, there was people that were upset about that. And nothing's going to be perfect. But another reason why we were happy to have 1 and 2 on the show today, though, is we wanted to bring a community kind of perspective to these Bitcoin Layer 2s, and more specifically Merlin, because like Mr. J said, Merlin's really the only one that's trying to utilize this bridging of Bitcoin Layer 1 assets. So 1 and 2, my question for you is, why do you think, I guess, how do you view Bitcoin Layer 2s? And also, do you view Merlin the same as the other Layer 2s, or do you view them differently?
Be honest. We want your honest opinion here. 100%. We want your full opinion. Don't try to impress anybody, or don't try to like not make anyone mad. We want it. We want it straight.
First of all, when has 1 and 2 not?
I'm just saying.
Right. Exactly.
I didn't want him to think that like he was had to say anything that positive if he wasn't positive. You know what I mean?
I wasn't pressured to say anything. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, so my name 1 and 2 outside. I give it both sides. I mean, ultimately, I think, like I mentioned before, I think Fractal Bitcoin, did it better with the airdrop per se, because my issue with Merlin is, first of all, there's like 2 or 3 different Bitcoins once you get over to Merlin Bitcoin. And that kind of confused people once they got over there. In addition to, Fractal incentivized people and had people doing tasks, and then they automatically had it on Merlin. I mean, on Fractal Bitcoin, on Layer 2. I'm sorry, or 1.5, whatever you want to call it. So my issue is, how do we keep people over on Merlin Chain? So once I came over there, it's like, okay, now what I do? And I know Party Token just came out and people might want to use meme coins and things, but how do we keep the attention over there? Because a lot of people was divided and a lot of liquidity is fragmented between these different layers, which affects the concentration of the liquidity on certain layers. And some people just leave their tokens over there because it was just too problematic bridging on and off. Sorry if the question too long.
No, I think that's a good breakdown of, you know, your question there. So, Jeff, what do you think about that? You know, his question is like, you know, how does the attention economy stay on Merlin rather than trying to go back to Bitcoin and not going back to Merlin?
Yeah, I mean that is a great question. So, first, I have to say, it's always hard to use a new network like Merlin, like Fractal. When I personally use, these new protocols, it confuses me a lot. To be honest, even like I consider myself as pro in the crypto area, and I think this takes time. To be honest, I think if after 1 year or 2 years, Merlin is still there, more and more people are getting used to that, because like right now the core community members, they are like really like familiar with all that, bridging, bridge outs, trade, arbitrage. So I think this takes time. We are trying our best, of course. That's why we have all these bots. People don't really understand what is Bitcoin as gas. People don't understand what is Merlin. They just use bots. They come here, they use bots like Binance or Coinbase. They buy stuff, they sell stuff. Like when you're using the Universal X, you don't even need to know Merlin. You have some Solana on Solana chain, you have some BNB on BNB chain. You just buy the tokens and dump the tokens and make profits or losses. So we're trying very hard to make sure people don't need to understand what is going on Merlin, but just participate without them knowing themselves are participating in the token trading on Merlin chain. And the second thing is, I agree 100%. I think the biggest problem Bitcoin ecosystem is because it's too diluted. I said that for thousands of times since last year. We have all this, fungible token standard like BRC20, ARC20, XRC20, like ORC20. Like we have so many like SRC20. We have so many standards since last year, and this year we have all these Bitcoin layer 2s or side chains. I think that's the main issue here. That's the main problem here. That's why Merlin is going after those users who haven't participated in the Bitcoin, assets, tokens, who don't understand what is the ruins of BS20. We're getting like for the party. I would say the majority of the trading volumes are coming outside of Bitcoin ecosystems. These users, when they trade, you can see their path. They're transferring their tokens from other chains to trade party. So and that's another like another thing I keep saying. Consider Merlin as like a centralized exchange. People say it's centralized. Okay, consider this as a centralized exchange. Why people are shouting out to Kraken, Coinbase to list DOG, right? Because they want more liquidity from the centralized exchange, and they don't really care about depositing their tokens into the centralized custodial wallets of Kraken or Coinbase, because they want the extra liquidity from the central exchange. That's the same thing what we're doing with Merlin, because when you have stats, when you have party on layer 1, and when people bridge them to layer 2, they have another side of liquidity from the users from other chains. So we're not trying to compete. We're not trying to get as much as attention we have from the Bitcoin ecosystems. We actually kind of don't do that anymore. We are getting the attention of the users from Telegram, from other chains, from other network. So I think that is the strategy we're taking, and I think eventually this will help out the whole ecosystem as a whole.
Okay. One more question. So I agree with you. You mentioned earlier, like reducing complexities for users so that they don't really know that they're using the chain. You did mention that Polygon was getting an upgrade. Can you explain? I'm not sure if you mentioned the benefits or the perks or that Merlin chain will have due to the upgrade.
Yeah. So first, for the Telegram bots, I think we haven't showed that today yet, but maybe next time you will see, if you have Ethereum or BNB on other chains, you can just buy party. You zero step for bridging, zero step for gas. Just one click, you can use Solana to buy party, to buy Merl, to buy Ordi, buy Sats, buy DOG, buy Bitmap token from Merlin chain. The second is Polygon upgrade, of course, because right now. I don't want to go into details, but right now the TPS for Merlin is low comparing to other fast chains like Solana or like Avalanche or Tron Network or BNB chain. So with the 2 new updates, the TPS will be like 15 to 20 times higher. And also it's going to be easier for all these RPC nodes for all these exchanges. So yeah, I think we're kind of stuck by the Polygon CDK in the beginning of this year. But right now we see all these updates and we are kind of confident to upgrade Merlin Chain to a faster mode. Yeah.
Got
And
it.
the
So
gas fee, yeah, and the gas fee is super cheap right now. It's below like 1 cent, I believe.
nice, nice. That's good. That's better than cheaper than Bitcoin.
Yeah. So 1 and 2, let me ask you, like, what do you feel like would be like an ideal, Bitcoin layer 2? Because if you think about, like, there's kind of like this community of layer 2s that have the EVM tech stack, like the Merlins, BitLayers, BOB, CoreDAO. No one other than Merlin, I feel like, is actually trying to work with these Bitcoin layer 1 assets. And to me, like, why are they even considered like a layer 2, right? But the UTXO ones, you have like Fractal. So I'm curious, from someone like you, like, what would be like your ideal situation for like a Bitcoin layer 2?
Yeah, well, I do think that they did it right by including the layer 1s. Because when you look at Fractal Bitcoin, there's like very little activity on there. And by Merlin importing or allowing you to bring over your layer 1, it brought those existing community members over. So I think, a hybrid of both, how Fractal uh, does mining, that does merge mining. I think it will be a hybrid of both. But the issue is it kind of vampires off the liquidity. So some people had issues with bridging back and forth. So once you got over there, or once you bridged over there, then you want to retain the liquidity in order for the prices of them to go up, or to incentivize trading on the layer 2 than layer 1. Because then if I'm already on layer 1, why would I come on layer 2 if I don't see a lot of trading, right? So I do agree with that aspect, but I do think um, the barriers of entry should be reduced and the complexity should be reduced. And I feel as though Fractal did it a little bit better. You do have to go in and bridge and get BSATs or something like that before you come back over to the Bitcoin layer. But it's really only like uh, Fractal Bitcoin, then BSATs, and then Bitcoin. I'm not sure if it's as simple as that for Merlin Chain, but because I had issues bridging back over. But I just think it should be a combination of both, but with reduced complexities, because we already are in a niche market. And if we're already in ordinals, we're pretty tech savvy than the average crypto user, because most people are just on Sexus. So the reducing additional complexity so that new users could be onboarded is the way to I believe more mass adoption, right? Like he said earlier,
Yeah.
being able to use the platform and not knowing you're using a layer 2, and it just seemed as seamless or familiar as layer 1. So I would say a hybrid of both, with connecting your existing wallets so that you have an existing community, and then you can bring those over and then incentivize them with additional incentives on that chain.
Yeah. Well, I think the solution actually comes down to kind of both what you and Jeff said, right? For one, you kind of barrier to entry. That's number one. I think that's right. What Jeff and Merlin is working on was with these Telegram dApps, using Universal X, being able to buy a party token with Solana, with Ethereum, with whatever. So it seems seamless. You don't care what's happening in the back end. So that's a solution that's being worked on right now. But one thing that I think that we have to realize, and Magic Eden actually brought this data up to my mind, was when the Solana people were upset about Bitcoin getting more allocation for the ME token, they said, you know, why are you not turning your back on us? You started with us. But then you look at the data, and the users were much larger on the Solana side than Bitcoin side, but the volume of actual purchases was much higher on the Bitcoin side, is which the reason why they got it. So the user base on Bitcoin is actually small for the Bitcoin ecosystem with ordinals and everything. And so for something like, if Merlin Chain were only to focus on like the Bitcoin user base, then it would go nowhere. So I think the solution is what they're doing right now to try to onboard from Telegram, from, you know, EVM, from Solana, from other places, and then that will in turn make these smaller user base of Bitcoin users get bullish on Merlin Chain, because they'll see the volume over there and they'll say, I can take my layer 1 asset over there. Now I'm going to stay because there's activity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. So what do you guys think the percentage of people from another network you guys are actually capturing? Because it just seems like it's mainly Bitcoin. Like from what I've followed and looking on Twitter, I don't really see like people from Polygon saying, oh yeah, we're on Merlin Chain. So maybe I overlooked it, but do you guys have any statistics on the amount of people you gotten over from other chains besides Bitcoin?
Yeah. So first, like I want to say something that I have never said before. It's something that, like, you know, I just realized, you know, recently, is Merlin is EVM, so it's actually much more, you know, familiar with those people who are using EVM before, and harder for the Bitcoin OGs to use. You know, I mean, that is a fact, right? Like, if the people are using Ordinals for like, you know, for a year, haven't used MetaMask, you know, for a while, or even haven't used MetaMask at all, it's really hard for them to use Merlin Chain. You know, that's why it causes like lots of problems. People don't understand. Like the bridge, you know, our bridge is faster than any Ethereum layer 2. You know, when I like, I have like 15 Bitcoin from OP, and I bridged the Bitcoin back. You know, it took me like 14 days, and like I even forgot that. And one day I opened my Ethereum wallet. I said, oh. I have like 15 WBTC there. So actually Merlin is EVM, so that is more familiar with the Ethereum or like the EVM people. And the second thing is we are using the Bitcoin narrative to attract, you know, those users from other ecosystems. I'm saying that, you know, it sounds, you know, like kind of weird, but we are actually, you know, selling them the Bitcoin, you know, assets concept, because, you know, when they're playing all these assets on other chains, they want to, you know, something new. They want something, you know, with great narratives, like the BMAP token. You know, people, they haven't heard of BMAP before, but they understand this narrative and they're starting to buy these tokens on Merlin Chain. So I think that is basically what Merlin does, and that is basically, you know, what all this you know, like everything happened with party, with, you know, the bots, with, you know, people don't understand how to bridge back, like all that stuff. And coming back to that question, I think, you know, for the first 6 months, majority of users of Merlin Chain is from Bitcoin. You know, these people who are using AA wallets, like AA wallets means, you know, Xverse, Unisat, and OKX Bitcoin wallets. So the people who are using the Bitcoin wallets, people who have the original assets from layer 1. But after the first 6 months, right now, if you check the data for all these transactions, the MetaMask, and including, you know, the bots, they're using the, you know, the 0x, the Ethereum address. These users are much more and active than the A wallet, which means the Bitcoin wallet users. So I think, you know, that is shifting. But I think eventually that will be beneficial for, you know, everyone, because if we bring more volume and trading and activities and users, and they're only buying Bitcoin assets, so when they're buying, like when these people are buying party, you know, at some point they will understand this is BRC20 5 bytes, and the next thing they knew is, oh, what is the other assets for BRC20 5 byte is pizza. So, you know, it might be, you know, some people are, you know, trying to understand what is pizza, and it might bring the potential, you know, buying power from these users. So I think, you know, eventually it will be beneficial for everyone. But right now, I think, you know, we are actually having like more and more users from other ecosystems than Bitcoin itself. And one last thing is, you know, when I use Fractal, I actually feel much better than Merlin. as a Merlin founder, because that experience is the same thing when I use Unisat. That is the time I realized, okay, Merlin is actually more friendly to the EVM users, not to the Bitcoin users.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
I
gonna
always
say that.
appreciate your honesty, Jeff. Yeah, I completely agree with 100% of what you said. Fractal experience is a lot easier than Merlin's experience. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, and I think, but because obviously it's a straight up fork of Bitcoin, right? They did add Opcat to it, but that was it. But I think that kind of back to your point though, 1 and 2, is if that volume is created, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to know what's incentivized for them, right? But if that volume is created, that activity is created, and you're able to trade your, let's say, bitmap or something else on Merlin for, I don't know, 10, 20% higher, then you're going to do that, right? Or if you have a benefit to get into something earlier or whatever, it's really going to be about like the activity, I think, at the end of the day, for this, people to kind of say, okay, I'm gonna bounce over there for a little bit and then come back and bounce back. The problem is bouncing back and then coming back and not bouncing back over again, right? So I think
Right.
that is what's getting worked out now.
Yeah, like one last thing is, I'm not saying Fractal is easier to use than Merlin. I'm just saying it depends on the audience. When it comes to Bitcoin users, like me, like one out, it's always easier to use like the thing we are familiar with. And you can never educate people from BNB chain to use Fractal. Like for them, it's hell.
One thing that I love about Merlin, though, let's just say there's a dApp that evolves on Ethereum that's amazing, right? But I don't want to go to Ethereum. Potentially, someone could fork that and put that on Merlin, and then I have access to it as a Bitcoiner just by going from Bitcoin Layer 1 to Merlin. Or let's just say like somebody was on EVM and they wanted an Ordinal, but they don't really know much about XRS wallets and Unisat. All they got to do is bridge into Merlin using Messen.fi or some other bridging type of situation, and you can easily go in and buy your Ordinal there. So I just feel like Merlin gives you that access that wasn't really available until Merlin came out, from somebody who is on Bitcoin and somebody from Ethereum can have the kind of the best of both worlds by going into Merlin and doing what they need to do.
Yeah. And this is an interesting concept. Offline Clone says, give the guys from EVM and Sol airdrops and they'd be on board. A lot of them are Jeets, though. They come over to Merlin Jeet and then go back to now. That could be like a strategy, obviously, as well. But yeah,
Yeah, that's
ahead.
why we picked EVM at first. Like me personally, I just ignore all this politics, to be honest. I think EVM is a consensus for the builders. Like what we have all these bots on board in a month, and they integrate with Merlin like so fast. I think EVM is consensus, to be honest. Like, no offense to any Bitcoin people, and to me, as technically saying, I don't think Opcat can run better than EVM, because it still depends on the block time and block size of Bitcoin Layer 1. So like when I see this as a developer, I don't see EVM can be like flipped in the next 4 to 5 years or whatever. So that's why we picked the most sophisticated structure with trillions of volumes before, and that's why the builders are much easier to come to here to build on Merlin.
Yeah, and the UTXO tech stack is at least one full cycle behind, I believe. I think they're going to get there with infrastructure, but I think it's at least one full cycle behind, because right now they could probably just follow Cardano's lead, but they're not going to do that because it's Cardano. That's how tribalistic the UTXO side is, especially it's really Bitcoiners, right? They don't want to follow Cardano. They're going to say, no, we're going to set the standard if we're going to do anything. So that's why I agree with you. I think that, having this EVM tech stack, even though, it's different from tech stack than UTXO, it's here to support. But again, the focus does need to be onboarding non-Bitcoiners to this Bitcoin Layer 2 that then will create demand to allow Bitcoiners to be like, that are in the Bitcoin ecosystem, say, okay, now I can sell my assets over there because there's enough activity. Because at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that marketing typically does win the market for the space we're in. And if there's enough demand, Bitcoiners will 100% take that extra step to get back on Merlin and do those things. But first, you need to get the people from other places. And I think, Jeff, you're right. You do need to, like, I think people need to get educated that are not from the Bitcoin ecosystem that, hey, look, BRC20s, you can trade them like a EVM style over here. And maybe the focus was in the wrong group initially, but now it's kind of targeted to the right group of people.
Yeah, like just look at like central exchange. Like I always bring up central exchange example. Like, BRC20 has its, the great run last year because Binance listed all in sets. And Binance is not even running on EVM, it's running on order book like Robinhood. So I think that is the goal we are trying to do, just bring more volume and users from other ecosystems to understand what is Bitcoin assets, and then, create an easier environment for them to use all kinds of tools to trade, and that's all.
Yep. And Mr. J, I'd love to hear your opinion as now kind of putting your builder hat back on, someone that gets to see behind the scenes. Do you feel like this kind of onboarding of higher demand activity for Merlin is being worked on right now?
Yeah, I agree, man. I've been like using a lot more of EVM and SVM before using Bitcoin, and I kind of really like Bitcoin for its culture, and the user experience can be a little bit clunky at times. Probably still is for a lot of users who came from other ecosystems. But we've come to be naturalized to it at a certain point. So when we're talking about building even something newer, it takes a lot of time to educate people. And of course, like green candle marketing would help when, to onboard people. People don't care if they see like, oh shit, there's a lot of green candles here. But ultimately, the user experience flow is very important. I think we've spoken about this quite a few times as well. It's like you're using your phone, you're using your computer. It doesn't really matter like what's happening behind the scenes. And also, if you've already used Android or if you already used the Apple interface for a long time, then switching over is a bit weird. It's that kind of like presents itself as a barrier of entry. So having like a user experience that is very comfortable and familiar is very important as a new ecosystem that we have here. When Bitcoin users use an EVM chain, they kind of like don't, like, if you've never used an EVM chain before, or an EVM dApp before, you'll probably be like confused as in why am I like doing a lot of these different actions instead of like waiting for the UTXO to pass, and why are these bots like so freaking fast, right? So it's a bit of a different experience for Bitcoin users on using an EVM kind of ecosystem, and for people who've already used a lot of like EVM ecosystems back in like Ethereum, Binance, or different ETH layer 2s, then it makes a lot of sense to understand this whole Bitcoin thing if they don't know about Bitcoin, the ecosystem, through an environment that they're familiar with, which I think Merlin is innovating on a lot recently. And to bring it to people who just trade on their phones, having an app or a bot on Telegram really makes a lot of sense, because, well, that's where they've already been trading. Not everyone uses their computer to trade. A lot of people actually use their phones to trade. Like even I myself sometimes use Telegram to trade, and it's sort of like pretty convenient. Just copy like a contract address, you paste it, and you can buy something. So that's a pretty like quick experience compared to like clicking. So you kind of like cover both grounds with Telegram bots, and also having like an EVM environment where people can learn more about Bitcoin assets.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And that's coming from someone that, has been in the Bitcoin Ordinal and fungible ecosystem since pretty much its inception early last year. So, Jeff, I'm going to let you go to sleep because I know it's like 3 a.m. where you are. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Any last words or anything for the audience about Merlin?
Yeah, just like next time we should just try all these trading bots next time, and show people how easy that would be. And I think most people are still like don't understand what is BTC Fund doing. So when we have the testnet version, we can probably show that too. Me personally, I'm very bullish on BTC memes, on BRS20, on runes, and I'm very bullish. Merlin is going to be the one launches all these BTC layer 1 assets, but attract billions of volumes from all kinds of users. I think that is something we're going to achieve in a very short period of time. And also like every week we will share more updates. And yeah, great to be here. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
thank
real
you, Mr.
quick,
J,
Jeff.
and everyone else. Yeah.
Is there a place I can go to kind of find a list of all the dApps and maybe the links as well? Maybe somewhere in like one environment to see them all.
Oh yeah. You mean the Telegram mini apps?
Yeah, is there a way? Is there what like if I was someone listening, but I had no idea how to access them? What would you tell me to do?
Oh yeah. We'll bring that with the campaign next week. So yeah,
Awesome.
we'll definitely bring that. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jeff.
Take it easy.
All right. 1 and 2, man, it's been absolutely amazing, dude. I love having you on. Would love to have you on more often as well. You're definitely that voice that like needs to be heard sometimes. That a lot of people don't really get a chance to because you kind of play in your own lane over there on the support desk. But is there any updates on the support desk? Is that still going on, or is that something that you've been doing? Is there any other space that you actually attend?
Yeah, Kramer does hosted some spaces now. Hype was at the NFT Basel or whatever it's called.
Art Basel.
Yeah, the Art Basel. Yeah, he went to that, so that's why he hasn't been hosting as much. But yeah, I drop in on the Kramer space. I tell people check out Nookie Spaces. They have solid alpha in there also.
Yes, they do. Definitely for sure. Our guy Sam Sage and I think Chico Mo's in there as well. Guys, if you're not following 1 and 2 out, I don't know what you guys are doing with your lives, but follow him on X at the number 1 letter N, the letter number 2 out Sats, and that's on X. But yeah, right there as Shizzy is showing you guys, definitely a guy that you want to follow in terms of getting the inside alpha, and you can see when he's on a space or hosting a space as well. So just want to say thanks to you, man. It's been a minute, so glad to have you back on as well. And you're always welcome back on the show for sure.
Thanks for having me, guys. I love your content. Keep it up. I prefer you guys over the other competition, which I won't name.
Black Runner.
Yeah.
She's gonna name it if you say that.
Black Runner, Francis. No, just kidding.
Shout out Mr. J also.
Yep.
Cheers, bro.
All right, brother. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, man.
All right, Mr. J. Now we got you to ourselves. Any updates from your side? With the Unisat side and just or not Unisat, sorry, Unicross side, and also just kind of curious of your collective thoughts of today's conversation. It was a little different today, but go ahead,
dude. I'm kind of like. I would say I like more casual kind of conversations rather than like structured, but that's just me. And I did enjoy like today's format. I must say, Yagobi, I miss your BDC content. That's pretty funny as well.
I miss it myself, but like I just got it. For me, I have to feel like I need that little bit of passion, and right now my meme creation passion is a little low, so I need to build that back up. But this is definitely a good start by you saying this.
Yeah. It's I would say it's refreshing. I was listening. Sorry, I'm going a bit off topic as well. Like
no worries.
I was listening to you guys talk about memes on Bitcoin previously, probably like before Merlin Monday, and I think we're beginning to see like communities that are pretty crazy pretty crazy and professional in making a name for themselves. Dude, I am so amazed by some of what are these people doing. One of these guys where I think is going to be non-financial advice. Yeah. So one of these guys that I follow and I do hold a little bit of them is Bitcoin Bro Bear. I don't know if you've seen their website and what they're doing, but they are freaking crazy. And I just hope that we can see more and more of these kind of like high quality communities come in, shouting every day. Just like Dog has a pretty crazy army that's calling out every day. And when you do have like a lot of these different high caliber meme communities coming into Bitcoin, it's going to be a big push. And even with like Party making a big noise outside of Bitcoin ecosystem, bringing in people from outside of the Bitcoin ecosystem, and also interacting with both with Bitcoin layer 1 and layer 2, I'm really very bullish for what's coming next. Probably next would be in like 24 hours as well. For what's coming to Bitcoin, man. It's been an exciting ride from the trenches to now. And yeah, dude, I'm fucking bullish about Bitcoin and Bitcoin memes.
Love it.
Let's go. Let's go. So that makes me think you're getting a pretty decent allocation of the ME token.
How many are you getting? How many are you getting? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, do you know what? I did miss all my claims for Party because I was on the plane. But I kind of like had to get them from the market. For Unicross, we did airdrop. We did airdrop to our holders, which was bought back from the market as well.
Yeah, we're saying the ME token, Magic Eden.
Oh, Magic Eden? No, I got a bit, man. I got a bit. Yeah.
This is crazy. So this is the Bro Bear website.
Yeah, everything is interactable. I'm not shilling this token. I'm just saying like this is the kind of like high caliber kind of like communities with builders that you see on Bitcoin that's coming already. So we're gonna see a lot more of this hopefully, and it's just gonna see the whole ecosystem pop.
Yeah, actually, so it's funny that you brought this one up because me and Shizzy were talking about this one yesterday. We were just going over some solid memes during research, and I was like, I have a feeling that this Bitcoin Bro Bear is going to do well because there's some influencers that talk about it, like Kook is big on it, and some others on X, but we'll see. I think it was at 1.2 million yesterday, Shizzy, and today it's at 7.7.
Whoa! Wow.
we should have pulled the trigger. Should have pulled the trigger on it.
Is that right? That can't be right.
That's what it's saying. That's what it's saying on here. Unless I was looking at a different one.
No. It probably went from like 5 to 7.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Maybe it was Newt's. Newt's is another one I've been kind of looking at. They have a pretty good approach to it. But yeah, I think today's conversation was a great one. We got to have these types of conversations, and Jeff, even though he's the founder of Merlin Chain, he wants these type of questions, these hard questions, because he thinks these are like conversations that need to be had. But I agree in terms of where the strategy is now. I think it's perfect. You go through that learning process in the beginning, and focused only on the Bitcoin ecosystem. Now you're trying to just bring in new people, and it helps the Bitcoin ecosystem when demand increases and stuff like that on Merlin. But yep. Anything else from the Unicross side?
So I would say like we're expecting a lot of bridging activities. We've seen that with Party. Probably see a lot more coming on as BTC.fun kicks off.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I really do hope they keep that feature, because I think it's going to help at least like this the Bitcoin side on layer 1 and then on layer 2, and you can educate people from the outside on, hey, this is actually a fungible token on Bitcoin as well. So should be really, really cool. Steve Verse has a question for you. He says, is Party allocated to Unicross Genesis holders yet?
No, it's not. But we did buy back and have a sort of like an activity for 200 of our Unicross Genesis holders. That ended, I think, 3 days ago or 4 days ago. All you have to do is just do a transaction on chain. Doesn't matter what it is. Send the money to yourself, BTC to yourself, either on layer 1 or layer 2. And then, like, if you're the first 200 to do that, you would have gotten 10,000 party, which I think is quite decent.
Yeah, not bad at all. So hopefully that answers your question there, Steve Verse. But Mr. J, it's been a pleasure as always, and we will see you back next week. And until then, take it easy.
Cheers. See you guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
For sure.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
See you, man.
All right.
All right. Great show today, man. 427 people in here right now. We had a mixture, we had almost 70 people on YouTube, which was awesome for us, and the rest from X. Really appreciate every single one of you guys, man, tuning in. We're going to shoot a video later today on walking you guys through, how to get your Magic Eden airdrop and everything you need to know about that. We're going to walk it through from step 1 to 0. And maybe we'll do some maybe ideas of what to do with that ME airdrop, whether it's hold it or what ordinals or runes we're looking at to potentially really climb tomorrow. So that video will be out later today. I'm going to save that. I was going to do some stuff here, but probably better for later today anyway.
Yep. And we can also do maybe like an example of the mini app maybe tomorrow on purchasing some party with Soul and then giving away that party. Maybe we give away that party or something. We'll think of something. But we appreciate all you guys hanging out with us, throughout this entire time. I think it was a great show today. And if you do have some extra time, guys, and wouldn't mind checking out our partners, Emblem Vault is going to be the main interoperability tool, in my belief, for Bitcoin Layer 1 assets to be able to jump a Puppet, Node Monkey, Bitcoin Frog to Merlin Chain. And that could also help with this kind of barrier of entry because you'll be able to jump it in one gas transaction instead of waiting the 4 blocks there. They're also building an amazing AI agent wallet. They're done with their Solana wallet, but they're going to be working on their Bitcoin/Ethereum wallet here in early Q1, maybe by the end of this year. You can learn more about Emblem Vault at emblem.vision. And then BetBTC is the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. If you want to place bets, you can do so on their marketplace. If you have Bitcoin in your Xverse wallet, you can actually deposit directly from your Xverse wallet. It takes 6 blocks, but you don't have to move it anywhere from your Xverse wallet. You can deposit directly from there. There's some really cool bets right now, like will Dog go to the moon, be listed on a tier 1 centralized exchange before the end of this year. A lot of money on that one. I think it's like about $6,000 almost on that one. So it is more heavily on the, I think, yes side. But I'd have to check, but it's pretty close. I think it's like 57-43% split there. So you can check them out at BTC, betbtc.win. BitPerp is live. Today is going to be the day that you can actually start paper trading again. You're going to do so on Botonics, the Spider Chain, another Bitcoin Layer 2. And so this might be their break into kind of these Layer 1 assets, synthetic assets with BitPerp. They are perpetual and leverage DEX that's going to be doing their paper trading competition. And you have a chance to win 10,000 USDT if you have the highest P&L. Also 50,000 BTP will be in that price pool as well. But you're going to be able to trade, runes in the future like BDC, Dog of the Moon, and stuff like that. So it should be exciting times, guys. You can check them out at bitperp.io. And then Fluid Tokens, we talk about them every show because they are just building new things all the time. They are the innovators, and they are the ones who allowed you guys to stake assets on Bitcoin Layer 1. First, it's staking vaults for retail users on Bitcoin Layer 1. If you are a owner of an Ordinal collection or a fungible token, either BRC20 or runes, reach out to Raul and get a staking vault created for your holders so they can earn. All you got to do is provide the reward and they will set it up for you. If you can't get through to Raul, reach out to us and we will get you connected. And then also Foxy and Ordinal Hive are our integrated partners. So check those guys out as well. Thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man. And if you guys wouldn't mind checking out ordinalrevolution.com, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like you can help them get started and code up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN for tomorrow, don't be afraid to use Nord. Nord is personally what me and Yagobi both use. We have a 70% off coupon here. Don't pay full price. Don't go to nord.com without our coupon. You go click here. This will take you to our thing, and you guys can get the 70% off that you guys deserve. Get one for tomorrow. You need one, guys. Don't be stupid and try to claim without it, because you might be really pushed down the line. So get your NordVPN as soon as possible. Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas is going to be absolutely amazing. It's Bitcoin, it's Vegas, it's insane. But don't wait till next year to get your tickets. They go up in price a lot. So you guys definitely want to check out our coupon here. It'll get you guys a really good price on it. And on top of that, you don't have to pay the insane prices that you'll have to pay next year. If you guys are looking for merch, we have some of the best merch in the entire Ordinals ecosystem. But not just that, we have some of the best merch in the entire crypto. So guys, check out our stuff here. You go to the top here, you guys, t-shirts, hoodies, and so much more. Actually got the hoodies, and then I just got my hoodie in the mail the other day. It's this one right here, Chancellor on the brink of second ballot for banks. I love it. It's really cool seeing people read it in supermarkets and they have no idea what it means, but to us it means everything. So definitely check out all this stuff. We got
I have that hoodie. One next to it too.
This one?
That's crazy. Like you have the first one, I have the second one. Yeah, like Curse Goose.
Yeah, man. And they got the We Are All Satoshi Nakamoto shirt, the Puka. We had the Gizmo, Node Monkeys. I have a 401b and so much more, guys. Check out all of our hoodies, all of our hats, and all of our shirts. Everything you guys need at ordinalrevolution.com. And guys, we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, and 8 a.m. Pacific. Check us out all week, guys. We are here for you guys. We also have a video with Bound probably coming out tomorrow. We have a video with BitPerp probably coming out later this week. And on top of that, we're going to do that tutorial video for you guys tonight. Check that out. And on that note, we'll see you guys later today.
Peace.
We OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Rooms is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.